The size of a gear is usually specified by A. Pressure angle, B. Circular pitch, C. Diametral pitch, D. Pitch circle diameter. The correct answer is pitch circle diameter. The example of successfully constrained motion is A. Motion of an IC engine valve, B. Motion of the shaft between a footstep bearing, C. Piston reciprocating inside an engine cylinder, D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. The angle which the normal reaction makes with the resultant reaction is called angle of friction. A. Agree, B. Disagree, C. D. The correct answer is agree. Which one of the following can completely balance several masses revolving in different planes on a shaft? A single mass in different planes, B. Two masses in any two planes, C. A single mass in one of the planes of the revolving masses, D. Two equal masses in any two planes. The correct answer is two masses in any two planes. When a shaking force is transmitted through the springs, damping becomes detrimental when the ratio of its frequency to the natural frequency is greater than A. 0.25, B. 0.5, C. 1, D. 2. The correct answer is 2. When the nature of contact between the elements of a pair is such that it can turn or revolve about a fixed axis, the pair is known as a rolling pair. A. Correct, B. Incorrect, C. D. The correct answer is incorrect. Creep in belt drive is due to A. Weak material of the belt, B. Weak material of the pulley, C. Uneven extensions and contractions of the belt when it passes from tight side to slack side, D. Expansion of the belt. The correct answer is uneven extensions and contractions of the belt when it passes from tight side to slack side. Which of the following statement is wrong? A. A round bar in a round hole form a turning pair, B. A square bar in a square hole form a sliding pair, C. A vertical shaft in a footstep bearing forms a successful constraint, D. All of the above. The correct answer is a round bar in a round hole form a turning pair. A Watt's governor can work satisfactorily at speeds from A. 60 to 80 rpm, B. 80 to 100 rpm, C. 100 to 200 rpm, D. 200 to 300 rpm. The correct answer is 60 to 80 rpm. The displacement of a flat-faced follower when it has contact with the flank of a circular arc cam is given by where R radius of flank R1 minimum radius of the cam and angle turned through by the cam. A. R1 cos, B. R1 cos, C. R1 sin, D. R1 sin. The correct answer is R1 cos. In the below figure, PC is the connecting rod and OC is the crank making an angle with the line of stroke PO and rotates with uniform angular velocity at rad s. The Kliens acceleration diagram for determining the acceleration of the piston P is shown by quadrilateral CQ. Know the acceleration of the piston is 0 when the crank OC and connecting rod PC are at right angles to each other. A. Correct, B. Incorrect, C. D. The correct answer is correct. The contact ratio is the ratio of A. Length of pair of contact to the circular pitch, B. Length of arc of contact to the circular pitch, C. Length of arc of approach to the circular pitch, D. Length of arc of recess to the circular pitch. The correct answer is length of arc of contact to the circular pitch. An exact straight line motion mechanism is A. Scott-Russell's mechanism, B. Hart's mechanism, C. Poissonier's mechanism, D. All of these. The correct answer is all of these. A body of weight W is required to move up the rough inclined plane whose angle of inclination with the horizontal is. The effort applied parallel to the plane is given by weight and coefficient of friction between the plane and the body. APW tan, BPW tan, CPW sin cos, DPW cos sin. The correct answer is PW sin cos. When the sleeve of a porter governor moves downwards, the governor speed A increases, B decreases, C remains unaffected, D first increases and then decreases. The correct answer is decreases. When one of the links of a kinematic chain is fixed, the chain is known as A structure, B mechanism, C inversion, D machine. The correct answer is mechanism. The natural frequency of free transverse vibrations of a shaft fixed at both ends and carrying a uniformly distributed load is 0.571 s, where s is the static deflection of a shaft fixed at both ends and carrying a uniformly distributed load. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is true. When brakes are applied to all the four wheels of a moving car, the distance traveled by the car before it is brought to rest will be A maximum, B minimum, C 0, D. The correct answer is minimum. In a steam engine, the distance by which the outer edge of the D-slide valve overlaps the steam port is called A lead, B steam lap, C exhaust lap, D none of these. The correct answer is steam lap. The controlling force diagram for a spring-controlled governor is a curve passing through the origin. A yes, B no, C, D. The correct answer is no. The lower pairs are pairs. A self-closed, B force-closed, C, D. The correct answer is self-closed. The arrangement is called bevel gearing when two are connected by gears. A intersecting and coplanar shafts, B non-intersecting and non-coplanar shafts, C parallel and coplanar shafts, D parallel and non-coplanar shafts. The correct answer is intersecting and coplanar shafts. The static balancing is satisfactory for low-speed rotors, but with increasing speeds dynamic balancing becomes necessary. This is because the A unbalanced couples are caused only at higher speeds, B unbalanced forces are not dangerous at higher speeds, C effects of unbalances are proportional to the square of the speed, D effects of unbalances are directly proportional to the speed. The correct answer is effects of unbalances are proportional to the square of the speed. The maximum fluctuation of speed is the A difference of minimum fluctuation of speed and the mean speed, B difference of the maximum and minimum speeds, C sum of maximum and minimum speeds, D variations of speed above and below the mean resisting torque line. The correct answer is difference of the maximum and minimum speeds. The essential condition of placing the two masses so that the system becomes dynamically equivalent is where L1 and L2 distance of two masses from the center of gravity of the body and kg radius of gyration of the body. A L1 kg, B L2 kg, C L1 L2 kg, D L1 L2 kg2. The correct answer is L1 L2 kg2. A porter governor is A pendulum type governor, B deadweight governor, C spring-loaded governor, D inertia governor. The correct answer is deadweight governor. The secondary unbalanced force due to inertia of reciprocating parts in a reciprocating engine is given by where m mass of reciprocating parts, angular speed of crank, r radius of crank, angle of inclination of crank with the line of stroke, and n ratio of the length of connecting rod to radius of crank. Am 2 r sin bm 2 r cos cm 2 r dm 2 r. The correct answer is m 2 r. A typewriter constitutes a machine. A yes, B no, C D. The correct answer is no. Due to slip of belt, the velocity ratio of the belt drive increases. A yes, B no, C D. The correct answer is no. In steady-state forced vibrations, the amplitude of vibrations at resonance is damping coefficient. A equal to B directly proportional to C inversely proportional to D independent of. The correct answer is inversely proportional to. A body in motion will be subjected to coriolis acceleration when that body is A in plane rotation with variable velocity, B in plane translation with variable velocity, C in plane motion which is a resultant of plane translation and rotation, D restrained to rotate while sliding over another body. The correct answer is restrained to rotate while sliding over another body. The rolling of a complete ship sideways is known as pitching of a ship. A true, B false, C D. The correct answer is false. The frictional torque transmitted by a disc or plate clutch is same as that of A flat pivot bearing, B flat collar bearing, C conical pivot bearing, D truncated conical pivot bearing. The correct answer is flat collar bearing. The frictional torque transmitted by a cone clutch is same as that of A flat pivot bearing, B flat collar bearing, C conical pivot bearing, D truncated conical pivot bearing. The correct answer is truncated conical pivot bearing. When two non-intersecting and non-coplanar shafts are connected by gears, the arrangement is known as helical gearing. A right, B wrong, C D. The correct answer is wrong. When the elements of a pair are kept in contact by the action of external forces, the pair is said to be A lower pair, B higher pair, C self-closed pair, D force-closed pair. The correct answer is force-closed pair. The centrifugal tension in belts, A increases power transmitted, B decreases power transmitted, C have no effect on power transmitted, D increases power transmitted up to a certain speed and then decreases. The correct answer is have no effect on power transmitted. In a Hartnell governor, the compression of the spring is the lift of the sleeve. A equal to B less than, C greater than, D. The correct answer is equal to. In vibration isolation system, if N2 then for all values of damping factor, the transmissibility, i.e. the ratio of the force transmitted to the force applied, will be less than unity. A true, B false, C D. The correct answer is true. The acceleration of the reciprocating roller follower when it has contact with the straight flanks of the tangent cam is given by A2 R1 R2 1 cos 2, B2 R1 R2 1 cos 2, C2 R1 R2, D2 R1 R2 1 sin 2. The correct answer is 2 R1 R2. For the brake to be self-locking, the force P at C shown in the below figure should A be 0, B act in upward direction, C. Act in downward direction. D. None of these. The correct answer is B. 0. In a 4-bar chain or quadric cycle chain, A. Each of the 4 pairs is a turning pair. B. 1 is a turning pair and 3 are sliding pairs. C. 2 are turning pairs and 2 are sliding pairs. D. 3 are turning pairs and 1 is a sliding pair. The correct answer is each of the 4 pairs is a turning pair. A single degree of freedom system is given by with usual notations. It represents A. Free vibration with damping. B. Free vibration without damping. C. Forced vibration with damping. D. Forced vibration without damping. The correct answer is forced vibration with damping. In a Hartnell governor, the lift of the sleeve is given by where R1 and R2 max and min radii of rotation, x length of ball arm of the lever and y length of sleeve arm of the lever. A. R1 R2. B. R1 R2. C. R1 R2. D. R1 R2. The correct answer is R1 R2. When a mechanism is required to transmit power or to do some particular type of work, then it becomes a machine. A. Agree. B. Disagree. C. D. The correct answer is agree. The transmissibility for all values of damping factor will be less than unity if n is A equal to 1, B less than 2, C equal to 2, D greater than 2. The correct answer is greater than 2.